If I strike this board, you hear a sound. When I strike the board, you hear the sound. Because when I strike it, means I apply force, isn't it? I applied force. And how did I apply the force? In such a way that the body, the board here is the body, was displaced from its mean position and released. Force apply करके छोड़ दिया. Continuous force नहीं है. The body is displaced from its mean position and released. So it starts vibrating and you hear that sound. So suppose if I strike the board, right, and the board is vibrating, suppose with a frequency of 100 hertz, 100 vibrations per second, then the sound that you will hear will have frequency equal to 100 hertz. So in this case, look again, I'm striking the board. Okay? The frequency of vibration is 100 hertz. Now, suppose if I strike it like this, what do you think? Will the frequency be more or less? पहले ऐसे strike किया, like this. Then I strike it like this. In which case is the frequency more? According to you, the frequency is same in both the cases. Whether I strike it slowly or I strike it hard, in any case, the frequency will be same, that is 100 hertz. Because if I strike it with a small force, what happens? Since the force is small, the amplitude of vibration is less. When I strike it hard, since I am applying more force, the amplitude of vibrations is more. So you hear a loud sound because amplitude is more. So you'll hear a loud of large intensity. But in both the cases, the frequency of vibration will be same whether the force applied is less or more, because that is called natural frequency of that body. Whenever a body is displaced from its mean position and released, किसी भी बॉडी को अगर आप स्ट्राइक करो मतलब डिस्प्लेस करके छोड़ दो, when a body is displaced from its mean position and released, it always vibrates with the same frequency. It always vibrates with the same frequency called natural frequency of that body. इस frequency को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Natural frequency of the body. In the physics lab, you must have seen tuning forks. Tuning forks पर लिखा होता है 256 hertz, 512 hertz. The frequency is written there. Why it is written there? Because it is the natural frequency of that tuning fork. अगर किसी tuning fork पर लिखा है 256 hertz, तो उसको आप कैसे भी स्ट्राइक करो, आहिस्ता से स्ट्राइक करो, जोर से स्ट्राइक करो, कैसे भी स्ट्राइक करो, it will always vibrate with 256 hertz because that is natural frequency of that tuning fork. So whenever a body is displaced from its mean position and released, it always vibrates with the same frequency called natural frequency of the body. And the vibrations in this case, यहाँ पर जो vibrations हो रहे हैं, the vibrations in this case are called free vibrations. क्या बोलते हैं इनको? Free vibrations. क्योंकि आपने उसको डिस्प्लेस करके छोड़ दिया, वो अपनी मर्जी से अपने मन से वाइब्रेट हो रही है with its natural frequency. These vibrations are called free vibrations. Now there is a problem with free vibrations, that the amplitude of vibration goes on decreasing. अगर ये बोर्ड को स्ट्राइक करके मैं छोड़ देता हूं, it is vibrating with its natural frequency. Its vibrations are free vibrations. The amplitude of vibration of this board will go on decreasing आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वो कम होती जाएगी एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ वाइब्रेशन. व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ फ्रिक्शन एंड अदर डैम्पिंग फोर्सेस देयर इज लॉस ऑफ एनर्जी. जब बोर्ड को स्ट्राइक किया तो वो ऐसे वाइब्रेट हो रहा था. नाउ ड्यू टू फ्रिक्शन, ड्यू टू डैम्पिंग फोर्स, द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ वाइब्रेशन will go on decreasing. So in free vibrations, the amplitude of vibration goes on decreasing. If you want the body to keep on vibrating with constant amplitude, अगर आप ये चाहते हो कि बॉडी एक ही एम्पलीट्यूड से, कांस्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड से वाइब्रेट होती रहे जब तक आप चाहो, if you want the body to keep on vibrating with constant amplitude, then it is not possible in free vibrations. स्ट्राइक करके छोड़ दो तो यहां पर वो पॉसिबल नहीं है, कांस्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड होने वाला नहीं है. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू देन, क्या करना पड़ेगा फिर? अगर आप चाहते हो कि बॉडी कांस्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड से वाइब्रेट हो, तो पहले तो ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि एम्पलीट्यूड कम क्यों हो रही है. Amplitude is decreasing because of friction, because of damping force. Damping force के कारण क्या हो रहा है? There is loss of energy, and since there is loss of energy, the amplitude of vibration is decreasing. So, if amplitude is to be kept constant, what you'll have to do? Supply energy. The amplitude is decreasing because of loss of energy. So you supply energy to that body. If you supply the energy, then the loss of energy will be compensated and the body will keep on vibrating with constant amplitude. Now, how to supply that energy? कैसे supply करेंगे ये energy? We'll take the example of this board. This board is a body whose natural frequency is suppose 100 hertz. That is natural frequency of the board. Whenever you strike it, it will always vibrate with the same frequency. Now you want this board to keep on vibrating with constant amplitude. What you do? Take an electrically operated tuning fork. क्या लिया? Electrically operated tuning fork. मतलब अगर switch on करो, the fork will start vibrating. जब तक आप स्विच ऑफ नहीं करोगे, till then it will keep on vibrating with constant amplitude. So that is electrically operated tuning fork. You take that electrically operated tuning fork and touch the stem of that fork to this board. This is the tuning fork. These are prongs of the fork and this is the stem of the fork. So you take the electrically operated tuning fork and touch the stem of that tuning fork to this board. What will happen? The fork is vibrating. The vibrations of the fork will be transferred to this board and the board will also start vibrating. So these are the vibrations due to the tuning forks. So when you touch the stem of the fork to this board, the board will vibrate, but now it will not vibrate with its natural frequency. It will vibrate with the frequency of this fork. जिस frequency से वो fork vibrate हो रहा है, board भी अब उसी frequency से vibrate होगा. तो suppose ये fork की frequency है 256 hertz. Then now this board will vibrate not with 100 hertz, it will vibrate with 256 hertz. These are called forced vibrations. कौन से vibrations हैं ये? Forced vibrations. अब ये board अपने मन से, अपनी मर्जी से vibrate नहीं हो रहा है. It is vibrating due to the tuning fork. This tuning fork is called external periodic force. You touch the tuning fork here. मतलब आपने क्या किया? You used external periodic force. The fork is vibrating periodically. It is external periodic force which is applied to this board. So board will now vibrate not with its natural frequency, but it will vibrate with the frequency of external periodic force. अब जब तक आप वो स्विच ऑफ नहीं करोगे या जब तक एमएसीबी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बंद नहीं करेगा, तब तक वो फोर्क वाइब्रेट होगा, और जब तक वो फोर्क वाइब्रेट होगा तब तक ये बोर्ड वाइब्रेट होगा. बट नाउ द बोर्ड विल नॉट वाइब्रेट विद इट्स नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी, इट विल वाइब्रेट विद द external frequency or frequency of the external periodic force. These vibrations are called forced vibrations. So vibrations are of two types: free vibrations and forced vibrations. In free vibrations, body vibrates with its natural frequency, but its amplitude of vibration goes on decreasing because of loss of energy. In forced vibrations, the body vibrates with the frequency of the external periodic force, but here the amplitude of vibration doesn't change because energy is continuously supplied.